You just don't know these things. It's just an exciting opportunity. You don't...
সম্প্রতি এখানে খেলায় আমি জানি এখানকার উইকেট বোলারদের জন্য কঠিন। সব মিলিয়ে উইকেট, মাঠ অনেক ভালো। ক্রিকেট খেলার জন্য অনেক ভালো জায়গা।
Like Jaden's very good wickets, great ground, lovely wee boutique ground. So awesome place to play cricket and a great place to call home.
In terms of the prospect of playing one-day international cricket at University of Otago, you just touched on it there. What are the challenges of this ground? What are the kind of keys to doing well on the surface in this ground?
Yeah, like I said, I actually grew up with Jaden down in Macau. His head groundsman here, and he's done a hell of a job.
এখানকার পিচ কিউরেটর দেশ সেরা। আমার জন্য যদিও দুর্ভাগ্যের, তবে সে অনেক ভালো ব্যাটিং উইকেট বানায়, সাথে বাউন্ডারি থাকে অনেক ছোট। গেল বেশ কিছু ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ও ঘরোয়া ক্রিকেটে এই মাঠে প্রচুর রান হয়েছে। বাংলাদেশ অবশ্যই স্পিন ভালো খেলে। আমার মনে হয় এখানকার পিচে যে এক্সট্রা বাউন্স আছে তাতে আমরা বাড়তি সুবিধা পাবো। অবশ্যই ম্যাচটা চ্যালেঞ্জিং হবে। আশা করছি খুব ভালো একটা ক্রাউড আসবে আগামীকাল খেলা দেখতে।
Hopefully a good crowd will make for a good day.
And just touching on it there, you mentioned the bowling group. Obviously a couple of new faces have joined the team, including in that bowling environment with all-rounder Josh Clarkson, but also Willow Rourke. How are the new guys sort of settling in and fitting in to the group?
আমি এর আগে উইল ও জশের সাথে বয়স ভিত্তিক দলে খেলেছি। আমার মনে হয় না ওদের মানিয়ে নিতে খুব একটা সমস্যা হবে। আমি মনে করি বল করার সময় আমি আমার লক্ষ্যে তাড়াতাড়ি পৌঁছাতে চাই। লাইন লেন্থ মেনে বল করি, এটা বাকি বোলারদের সাহায্য করে। তারা এসে সময় নিয়ে নিজেদের প্ল্যান মতো বল করতে পারে। আমাদের দলটা খুব সহজেই মানিয়ে নিতে পারি একে অন্যের সাথে।
One-day cricket specifically, obviously just fresh off the World Cup and now coming back to starting the home summer on an ODI series, a new innovation and something in the stop clock as well. In terms of the challenges for ODI cricket, what do you see as the biggest challenges in this format?
Oh, great question. It's quite interesting. I think the calendar coming out, there's actually not a lot of one-day cricket coming in with all the cycles of the obviously the World Cups and the 2020s and things. So there was always a lot of talk about the middle over period of one-day cricket. You know, the power plays. I think we saw in the World Cup was very exciting and all that kind of stuff. And then obviously a bit of bash at the death. So I guess the nuance with one-day cricket is that middle overs setting up the deaths for the bowlers trying to delay the death, I guess, a little bit. So I guess that's the nuance of one-day cricket that I love personally. You know, that's a bit of a skill in terms of batting and bowling to be able to take wickets through that period or to rotate strikes. So yeah, I guess the keen eye, look out for that. But
well, Jacob Duffy, you played international cricket in New Zealand, but not in Dunedin. You played for international cricket around the world. The prospect of, for the first time, playing on your home ground, University of Otago Oval, what's that like?
Yeah, very exciting. I think I debuted in New Zealand and then haven't played one sort of since then. So very exciting. Obviously being in Dunedin, playing all my cricket here with Otago has been pretty special. Having all the friends and family come along too will be. It's a very exciting prospect. Hopefully the weather holds and stays away, but yeah, very, very excited.
You obviously live in Dunedin these days, but you grew up in Southland. Tell us a bit about kind of sport in that part of the world and what it means to those people and the chance to have a lot of those people here tomorrow supporting you playing for New Zealand.
Yeah, very proud people, obviously, down there. Obviously small communities get around sort of anyone that sort of makes it, especially to play for New Zealand. So very exciting for those people. We've just been down in Invercargill recently, sort of playing for Otago, and to see the familiar faces and to see how sort of proud they get for someone to achieve something down there is very cool to see. And yeah, like I said, a lot of friends and family will be here to support tomorrow.
Also, you played for Otago since you were a young man, making a debut as a teenager, getting to actually play here in international cricket. Is that sort of a dream you ever thought was going to happen? Last two from me, just touching on that new innovation of the stop clock that's got some people's attention in terms of the ICC's efforts to try and speed up the game. What do you make of the change? Is it something that you'll be conscious of as a bowler?
Yeah, I guess for me personally, I'm pretty sort of get to my mark pretty quick and don't stuff around. I guess it's a big onus on the bowler to actually come prepared at the start of his over with his plans and things set. So a little bit of pressure under that, which is never a bad thing. I do agree. I hate these games that are going sort of 4-hour innings and things like that. So I don't think anyone's a big fan of that. I know similar things that happen in baseball in America and things like that. So I think that's the way of sport in the future. I think just sort of quick turnaround, things like that is the way forward. So I've got no problem with it.
And just lastly, obviously on the opponents for tomorrow's match and for this series as a whole, you played cricket in Bangladesh, but now the chance to play them as an international opponent here in New Zealand. They've had success here in their recent past, winning a test match for the first time on New Zealand soil last season. In terms of them as an opponent, what they'll bring to the series, what are you expecting from Bangladesh?
Yeah, I think we're seeing what you're saying is the teams are travelling really well these days, and I think like the World Cup showed that the gap between sort of the top tier nations and maybe the lower tier nations is shrinking. I guess you see there's no teams which that World Cup, and everyone has sort of had a shot winning games. So I think you see the same again. Like I said, teams are travelling well. They won a test match here last year, and yeah, so adapting to conditions is sort of just the way that cricket's going at the moment, and I think they're going to be a hell of a challenge. Got some classy batters up top, watching a lot of footage recently, so it's going to be a good challenge. I think we're up for it.
Sorry, just made me think of one last one. Obviously, in this group with some of the changes and guys not taking part in this series, it sort of puts you in a position of leadership in this bowling group of something you're very familiar with doing for Otago for a number of years. Is that a sort of role you relish in terms of being a leading bowler for a side?
Yeah, like for Otago, like I said, I'm always standing mid-off. It's always an ear for support. I guess I've had that growing up all my career. I've had always guys like Neil Wagner, Ian Butler, all those guys sort of around me and just a calm ear at mid-off. So if I can do that for someone, then great. That's sort of what I try to strive to do for Otago. And you know, if guys like Will or Clarkey or anyone needs me, I'm always going to be there.